you look at that mess? Well, Joe, looks like you earned that trip to New York City.
Resistance 3 gave us a hell of a single-player campaign, as you ventured cross-country in Capelli's shoes. While we enjoyed Resistance 3's hectic multiplayer, we mainly found ourselves glued to the memorable campaign, which brought us a unique atmosphere, great pacing, and some ugly creatures. Resistance 3 shows that Insomniac games can still create suspenseful moments and intense conflict driven by a great storyline. We need more games that bring back the true innocence and fun of the gaming industry, and Rayman Origins does just that. Play as one of 4 characters while exploring a beautiful, unique world, or team up with fellow friends to take on some of the strangest creatures we've ever seen. Ubisoft put a talented team to work on a very unique game, unlike many of the common shooters out there, and we couldn't be more happy.
With the strength of lords, they challenge the dragons.
Dark Souls gives players a challenge that has been missing from many games lately. Gone are the hand-holding scenarios replaced with responsive combat, rewarding trial and error gameplay, and some of the most intense boss battles you'll ever experience. Dark Souls throws players to the wolves and makes them fight for survival. Players navigate an open world with access to RPG elements that any hardcore RPG fan would appreciate. Online features bloodstains, allowing you a glimpse of how other players have met their demise. Hints from players can guide you to approach a path cautiously, but malicious players can trick you with what seems to be words of wisdom. Dark Souls is truly one of the most unique games of this year.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival.
Your world as you knew it is gone.
The Call of Duty franchise has continuously provided gamers with tight controls and frenetic multiplayer that developers have been copying from for years, and for good reason. The game shines with a great engine, those tight controls we mentioned, Spec Ops mode, and of course a suite of multiplayer options. With so much to do and so little time, you will find yourself wasting away the hours leveling up, unlocking new weapons, and improving your shooting skills round after round.
The corrupt talk, while our brothers and sons spill their own blood.
We love cars, and Forza Motorsport 4 is the answer for those of us who obsess over these dream machines. Plus, it's the most polished racing game to date, with gorgeous graphics, realistic physics, amazing sound, and a massive selection of over 500 cars. This is the closest thing to actually owning a Ferrari, and thanks to new attention to detail, exploring every part of these cars is now a reality. The new graphics engine and image-based lighting enhances every lap, and the 60 frames per second captures a sense of speed on the track. There is plenty to do in the revamped career mode, which includes racing events catered to your currently selected car. The multiplayer is a gathering of car enthusiasts, painters, tuners, and racers who can all participate in races, auctions, and so much more. If you're slightly into cars or racing, then Forza Motorsport 4 is the game for you.
Well now, that's ironic.
While Uncharted 2 gave us snow, Naughty Dog's next big challenge was the desert. And boy did they deliver. Uncharted 3 truly shines as PS3's best-looking game and star franchise, delivering a thrilling campaign, an insane amount of online options, and great co-op. We can't express our gratitude towards Naughty Dog for making such a beautiful game. Multiplayer is quite a unique experience, with tons of unique modes, some great map design, and a great buddy system reminiscent of Battlefield Squad system. We imagine that most players will talk about all of the outstanding moments in the single-player campaign for years to come.
Smartass.
No doubt that Batman Arkham City was one of the most anticipated games of this year. Exploring the open world of Arkham City as Batman is an experience that everyone should try. As Batman, you'll have the opportunity to take on many of Gotham's villains, including Mr. Freeze, the Penguin, and many others. Side quests and Riddler's many puzzles can and will distract you hours on end. Most impressive of all, however, is the responsive and satisfying combat, allowing you to chain together attacks to achieve high combos. Having the opportunity to play as Catwoman doesn't hurt either. From beginning to end, Batman Arkham City grabs hold of you and doesn't let go. Even when the credits roll, you'll be wanting more, which is exactly why Rocksteady added the new Game Plus feature. This is truly the best superhero game ever made.
So here's the thing. Back there, I've got a cabinet with your name on it, just waiting to be filled. And, as luck would have it, here you are, standing just where I want you.
Objective secured, over.
Being able to fly in a helicopter, parachute out of it, and then land to capture a flag is unlike any experience you'll have all year. Battlefield 3's massive maps are ripe with great detail, explosive destruction, and a variety of vehicles that your squad can put to good use. And as many fans begged for, jets are now back. The single-player portion of Battlefield 3 offers amazing scenarios, but most players will be glued to its multiplayer offerings. Progressing through the ranks and earning attachments and upgrades has never been this addicting. Not only is this one of this year's most beautiful games, it also plays well. One of the biggest strengths is the ability to work as a team, as Battlefield 3's squad system allows players to easily coordinate with one another. And not only does it look good, but it sounds great too.
What in oblivion is that?
Sentries, what do you see?
Any RPG gamer knows what Bethesda Studios is capable of. And when Skyrim was announced, we never imagined Bethesda would create such a believable world. Whether you are an inspiring mage or warrior, Skyrim offers players a chance to explore the lowest dungeon to the highest peak. Anything you see, you can explore. And yes, there are dragons in these lands. RPGs of the past made players choose a class and then stick with it. However, Skyrim now allows you to build your character based on your actions. If you want to become a master archer, then use the bow. And in no time, you'll be upgrading your archery skills and choosing perks once you have leveled up. This system works nicely, as players can literally find themselves lost in Skyrim's beautiful world. In a time crowded with too many shooters, it's always nice to see such a deep and thoughtful game. Skyrim will take hold of you and will not let go. With a massive amount of modes, Epic Games pulled out all of the stops to make Gears of War 3 a reality. Delaying it nearly an entire year, the wait was well worth it. Gears of War 3 once again puts players at the helm of Delta Squad, as Marcus Phoenix and company make their final stand against the horde of locusts. And dedicated servers mean that multiplayer has never felt so wonderful, even if it means some poor fool will eventually get cut in half. Epic Games jammed Gears of War 3 with so much content, it's like an infomercial. There's always more. Cooperative play goes beyond the norm as you can team up with 3 of your friends to take on the Locust Horde in the game's single-player campaign. Horde mode returns with tower defense tools at your disposal, and the all-new Beast mode gives players a chance to play as the Locust. Gears 3 is also one of this year's best-looking games, with gorgeous environments, gory encounters, and plenty of atmosphere. Gears of War 3 easily stands out as this year's Game of the Year. It wraps up an incredible story and answers many fan requests with incredible single-player and multiplayer experience.